4, 3, 2, 1.
What is the good word, everybody? This is your man's the one, and this is Dukes of Football, a BW Sports One original podcast. I know you guys are like, hold on, Dukes of Football? Isn't it two of you guys? Well, no, it's just one guy this evening. The Lion has some issues with cooling today that he had to get taken care of. You know how we here in the Midwest love our houses to be cool in the late summer months because it gets really, really, really hot. So, yeah, it's just the one today. And, I'm not going to keep you guys all too long today. I had some good stuff lined up for the Lion and myself, but, you know, life goes on. Life happens when you're busy making plans, is how we say it here. And the wife is not feeling too good today, so I have to I do a little dinner obligations for tonight. So I'm not going to keep you guys too long today. I think I'm just going to go over our picks for the upcoming week for college and pros. But man, what an exciting weekend we had of football last week. NCAA week 2 and NFL week 1. Man, the fireworks did not hold back at all for both of those bodies of football. I mean, if you look at it, if you start with the NCAA side, I mean, the loss of OSU to Oregon without two of their best players, and then losing their third in the first half of the game on Saturday. And I mean, that's a normally Pac-12 or West Coast teams struggle coming east, just like they do in the NFL. They struggle coming east because those games are a little early. You know what I mean? A 12 o'clock game here, virtually for them out west is what, a 4 o'clock game in the morning. So you got to look at it. No, 8 o'clock. It'd be 8 o'clock. Be an 8 o'clock game for them in the morning. So you got to look at that. That time does translate, even though they've probably been here a couple of days and got used to the sun setting and rising, but it's still something on their bodies. But Oregon was up for the challenge, coming to play a noon game in Columbus, one of the hardest places to win for a road team in the shoe. And they came right in there and from the jump was all over the young freshmen. So I still think OSU rebounds. I mean, the Big Ten is a decent conference, but I think they're just a step ahead or above most of the other teams. But I am looking forward to that Penn State matchup later on in the year. Let's see what else with college kind of stands out. I mean, it was actually a big kind of weekend for the couple of the conference and the alliance. I mean, the alliance being the Pac-12, Big Ten, and the ACC. We spoke of one matchup. We had Oregon beating OSU, but the other major Pac-12 Big Ten matchup that we had over the weekend was Michigan and Washington, and Michigan put a nice little thumping on them. I'm not yet going to jump I'm always on the Michigan bandwagon, but I'm not going to jump right in all the way and be like, oh, this is the year Harbaugh turns it around or anything like that. But things that I've seen in these first two games do give me hope that we might be on a good track. But, as years pass, we start off 3-4-0 and then it goes pretty bad. So not yet have I all the way in as in thinking this is the big turnaround for the university. But it was a dominant showing. Again, they showed their force on the ground. And then, but this weekend, I mean, as we come along, we'll see what they got, another week, another winnable game this weekend, and then we'll get really into our conference play. So, and the other thing that has me worried a little bit is one of my Final Four teams is Notre Dame. Their offensive struggles continue for a second week in a row against really opponents that they shouldn't struggle against. So I look for them to get their offensive woes intact because they do play a heavy ACC schedule. But I don't think a lot of the teams that they play on that schedule is really going to really challenge. There's going to be a good chance for them to get ready when they come to Notre Dame, when they come up to Notre Dame. I think if Virginia Tech is on their schedule or something like that. So I do think they'll bounce back. But the big question on a lot of people's mind right now for the NCAA is what's going on with USC. What's next for USC? After 2 games, you fire your head coach. I look at it like this. If you fire your head coach in college after 2 years, you probably shouldn't have brought him back for that this upcoming year, because that meant that anything little, it was kind of sounds like they had him on the Bob Knight rules. I mean, any little thing you do, we're going to get rid of you. But not to that magnitude. But if you're going to get rid of a coach in the second game of a college season, you probably shouldn't have brought him back for that season. You probably should have went ahead and went a different direction and let those kids figure out if they're going to stay or go. And then you can recruit. The next coach can recruit his kids. And now these kids are going to be playing, not really secure in their futures. Is it they're going to enter the transfer portal, or they're going to finish the season, or things like that. So those are the big things that I can see off the headlines in the NCAA. But really, all in all, it was a really exciting weekend. You know, we got a lot of the big teams, the big name teams had, I say, off weeks because they played like Alabama played Mercer, Georgia played, I think, North Carolina A&T or something crazy like that. So it was kind of like a bye week or a practice week, scrimmage week for a lot of names, but they're going to get back into it this week. So there we got a lot of good games that's scheduled for this weekend. So we'll get to those when we get to the picks. And you might as well, we'll just go ahead and do our NCAA picks now. So we got Doc Sports NCAA picks of the week brought to you by Doc Sports. Text BWSPORTS1 to 29022 and receive your free $60 picks. All right, so we'll get into our Doc Sports picks. First one up, we have first game. We have number 22 ranked Auburn going to number 10th ranked Penn State. Another one of those interconference matchups. This one's a big one. This is against the SEC and the new formed alliance. It's like the alliance. I got to say it like it's the Avengers. The alliance assemble. But if you look at it, it should be a pretty good matchup. Auburn is at the tail end of the way too early, as the DaLion likes to call it, the way too early polls. So then they travel Penn State, which is really hard to win in Happy Valley. And this Penn State team is really good. So this matchup should be one to watch. So DaLion, his pick is Penn State 33-24. Mine is Penn State 24-22. So both of us went with Penn State on this one to represent the Big Ten in this interconference matchup between the SEC and the Alliance. So I think this would be a pretty good one. Auburn does tend to play a little bit more of the old school Big Ten style of football, where they are doing a lot of running, but they do mix in the play action and things like this. So this would be a pretty good game to watch. And plus, Penn State's coach, his name is being rumored to go west to this open USC job. So we'll see how this turns out. So we go to game number 2. NCAA game number 2. We got number 1 Alabama and number 11 Florida. Always a wonderful matchup. Always a wonderful matchup when it comes to these two SEC opponents. I mean, we've seen matchups with Emmitt Smith, Danny Werfel, Matt Jones. Just great games when it comes for Florida and Alabama. Tim Tebow, when Alabama was number one. You know, Florida's first national championship come with beating Alabama in the SEC championship game. So this one is not going to be anything shy of pretty awesome. Alabama's young quarterback has had his test game and his throwaway game as in his bye week, so to speak, with them playing Mercer to get, you know, a couple more continuity with the receivers and the offense and things like that. So when you go into Gatorville, it's like I like to call it, when you go down to Gainesville and play the Gators, it's going to be a good one in Alabama. I mean, Florida's got a really good offense, a nice young quarterback. I think they play a dual quarterback where they got one who is heavy run but can pass, and one who's like a precision passer who has athletic ability. So, which both do give Alabama defenses a little issues, but Alabama has probably one of the best defenses Nick Saban has had since he's been there. So I think that Alabama is going to win this one 37-21. And it looks like DaLion agrees with me and he goes with Alabama 30. So and again, I'll post our picks on the page and on Twitter page so that you guys can see them when you go through your matchups later on this weekend as you're doing your picks and watching your games. Let's see. We go to the NCAA game. Let's see. We have upset game. DaLion takes Michigan State over Miami. I think Miami is ranked 22nd. Michigan State has looked very well in their first two games. Again, a team that has fallen off with a little bit of scandal behind the scenes, but they got a new coach, a new mind state, a new attitude, and they're looking pretty well as of right now. So this will be a pretty good game to watch. Again, another one of those interconference games, but this one is inside the alliance with the Big Ten and the ACC. So my game that I picked for the upset game, which means that he's taking Michigan State over Miami. I'm going with Virginia over North Carolina with my upset game. Virginia 2-0. Playing quality football. North Carolina even it up after not starting out the gates real well with their big out of conference matchup. So this one will be a good test to see if Carolina can get back to that where they should be in the topper part of the ACC, competing with a title with Clemson, with both of them having one loss. So Miami mixed in there as well if they can hold out. Let's see, but Virginia right now, who is sitting at the top of the ACC at 2-0, has a very balanced game with passing and running. I think they're a little weak on the defensive side of the ball, especially in the secondary, but we'll see how they go. But I like them to take out North Carolina in the upset. So there you have that one. And we go to our NCAA money games for the week. We'll start with DaLion. His game is number 19, Arizona State over 23 BYU. The line is ASU -3.5. The over-under is 51. I like the Lions pick on this. I was high on Herm Edwards and the Arizona State Sun Devils. Hey, you got to play the game. You got to I love it. Dan does it the best. You play to win the game. So I do like that upset pick there for DaLion when it comes to his upset pick of the week. Now we're going to switch over to my upset pick. I like money game. This is our money game. I like the Nebraska at Oklahoma money game. The line OU -22. The over under 61.5. Me personally, I would probably take the 22. Nebraska, again, Frost is not having those guys where they should. I'm thinking it's going to be his last year there. It's not even a fair matchup. I think they're being nice with the 22, but I think they do it. But I'm not sure about the 61, so I'll probably take the line bet, but probably take the under when it comes to that one. So let's throw us a quick commercial, and then we'll come back and give you our NFL pick. All right, welcome back. Let's see. We just went through our NCAA spotlight points and our Doc Sports Picks games of the week. Now we'll jump over to the NFL side of things. Oh, by the way, before we get into that, I want to throw a shout out to General Manager owner Amy Myers of the Indiana Tornadoes. You guys put up a great big fight this past weekend. In the championship game. You guys won the South Division playing against the Fort Wayne Wolverines, who won the North Division. Very, very hard-fought game. Both teams came out there and gave it all. We just fell a little short. I think the final score was 18-16 for that championship plaque trophy. So it was great to watch. Sorry about the outcome. Wasn't what we expected, but it's a good team. So I feel that they have a big future ahead, and shout out to all those guys out there for a season well done. All right, let's get into the little NFL. There was some things. I mean, it was the first week, man. There was a lot going on. Like, the funny thing about it to me is the Cowboy fans are excited about losing. So I'll leave it there. But no, I was impressed with Dak. I don't think I was skeptical of Dak. I was just skeptical of the fact that if you not played or taken a snap for 18 months and you didn't do any free preseason work, anything like that because of the injury. But he came out, he threw the ball well, I think over 400 yards passing, a couple touchdowns, looked pretty well. It's just the same issue that I think has plagued Dallas for the last couple of years has not been their offense, has been their defense. And once again, they did it again. And I think time management, coaching has something to do with this. Mike McCarthy, I think he had a lot to do with this loss to Dallas. Took today because they should have won the game. You can't get 3 turnovers and still lose the game. That's bad business. So I look at it, at the time management at the end of that game. You got Tom Brady on the other side who's got 48 before last night, before Monday night or before Thursday night, had 48 fourth quarter comeback wins. So why do you leave him over a minute to go when you only have to get in the field goal range? So what does Tom do? He marches right down the field as the GOAT does, gets him in field goal range, and you lose. So, yeah, I got to put a little bit of that on Mike McCarthy for bad time management. But I will say as you Cowboy fans, you should be excited about your offense, but you should be very worried about your defense. And I do think that somebody else just got hurt as well off that defense. So, but the big thing, the second thing I'd like to say when it comes to the NFL, the Bears should have figured it out already in preseason, but now you should know week 1. Bears should be starting Justin Fields. I don't know what the holdup is. Figure it out. Get him in the game. Simple as that. But the most exciting thing of this weekend, it's not the 5 sacks from the Cardinals. I'm sorry. That's a great move, but it's not that. It's the turnaround play of Jameis Winston. Mr. Crab Legs. I'm going to stop calling him that. I mean, it looks like there's a maturity in him. You see a different, older look in his eyes. His mannerisms are a little different. Maybe sitting behind Drew Brees, learning how to do professionally, how Sean Payton in this organization does it. But whatever it is, Jameis Winston, I think he's fully 100% bought off. I wasn't really so much looking at the 5 touchdowns or the great aired out pass that he threw. I was looking more of the things that caused him problems in the past, throwing away passes, not taking sacks, or taking sacks when it's the right time to take sacks. I watched all that evolution in that particular game. So I liked it. I like what's going on. Another big test for them this weekend. But I like Jameis in his way to move forward. Last point that I got for the NFL. I mean, who was the biggest winner? I guess that could have been my karma question of the week that I just really neglected to do. I didn't neglect it. I just thought about it right now. I didn't have anything that was jumping up. Hey, what up, Mike? I didn't have anything that was just jumping right at me. So I didn't do a karma question. But so we'll double up next week. I'll have one for college and I'll have one for NFL. But really, who was the biggest winner this week? Was it the Eagles? The Steelers beating the Bills on the road, scoring 20 unanswered points to take the lead in the second half? Or was it the Eagles, with Jalen Hurts, who's gotten a lot of people dogging on him all summer? Not really dogging on him, but it's more of the offense, and the lack of, and their offensive line. So was it their win that was very impressive? Or was it the Texans, who did nobody know Tyrod Taylor, including myself, was the quarterback? So with their win that they had. So I'm really asking who had the biggest win. Me, as you can see, I'm gonna tell you who I thought had the biggest win. That was amazing. Going to Buffalo, who was one of the favorites to win, or favorites to challenge Kansas City for the AFC title. That was a big win for us on the road, and it's going to come up later in the year when it comes down to wild card stuff. So both were huge wins, but Pittsburgh is more impressive. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. That is love, my friend. That is love. Arizona 2 throttled Tennessee. That was surprising. I probably might have picked it, but I think I would have stuck with Tennessee. But I didn't see Arizona doing exactly that. But the 5 sacks has a lot to do with it. You stop Derrick Henry and you put him in a situation to throw. Tannehill, I don't think he's really yet comfortable with Julio and all of those weapons that are just added. But I have to just wait to the cold months. Wait to the cold months when the Derrick Henry factor really becomes an issue. But great win for the Cardinals. So, and the Texans, man, it's a good win. It might be the only win that you get this. Might be the only win you get this season. So take it, love it, revel in it. You know what I mean? So I agree with Mike. I'm going with the Steelers as the bigger winner. So let's go ahead and jump into our Doc Sports pick, our Doc Sports NFL picks of the week. Again, brought to you by Doc Sports. Text BWSPORTS 12229022 for your $60 free picks. So game 1, NFL, we got Saints, we got Panthers. Great game. We talked about what Winston did last week. We did not get into what the Panthers did with McCaffrey and I don't know, I forgot the man's name. Quarterback that was at the Jets last year. That Sam Darnold went to Carolina. Boy, he felt they say it wasn't a revenge game or bad blood game, but you always go back and play that old team. He's got a little extra to it, and he proved that. And when you got a guy like McCaffrey behind you doing just an amazing player, I think if he wasn't hurt last year, he'd be higher on that 100 top 100 list. So this is going to be a really good one. It's in Panthers. Hey, Michael, since you're watching, did you see the new CGI Carolina Panther thing that they did where he comes in jumps on the field, jumps on the scoreboard, tears the flag and come down. That's some cool stuff. I like it, but it's not going to be enough. Jameis Winston, Alvin Kamara, they all go into where the hell is it? Going into Charlotte. Isn't there in Charlotte, North Carolina? And DaLion takes the Saints 31-23. The one takes the Saints 27-14. Good game. Good game. Game 2, we have Bills, Dolphins. This one's going to be a good one as well. Bills have a chip. They lost a game they were supposed to win. They're going down to a very exciting Tua Tagovailoa and his old college buddy receiver that they are reunited down there in Dolphin land. But I don't. Dan is so high on Miami's defense and their secondary. I do like it, but the Bills are a little angry right now, and I think they're going to press the issue with running the ball this particular game. So I am going to go with the Bills 31-10, and DaLion is going to go with the Bills 27-23. Let's see. Yep, Michael's going to stick with the Saints 34-21, and he's going with the Bills 17-13. I like the way this Michael guy thinks. I bet Mike actually drives a Tesla. I believe he does. He probably does it, but he does. Well, we will if you do your retweet of Elon Musk's thing on our Twitter page with the four cars, the 4 models. Was all through September. Still got time to do it. Retweet it. Try to get it retweeted because I would really like the SUV Tesla. I love it. It's like one of my favorite things to look at since I can't fit in a Corvette unless I get rich and modify it. And yeah, it's not looking pretty good for the kid. All right, let's move it on. We're going to go to our upset game, NFL upset games. The Lion is going with the Titans over the Seahawks. So I think he's feeling the bounce back game of Henry and Tannehill and those guys going out west to take on the Seattle Seahawks, who looked really good. Russell Wilson did look really good. I'm pretty sure his wife looked way better wearing the Super Bowl ring at the Met Gala. I'm not even going to get it. I might have to do a fashion show, a sports fashion show, so we can talk about some of these outfits that these people wore at the Met Gala. Russell Westbrook looked way better than he did the previous night with the skirt thing. Kilt, I don't know. If you go kilt, I'll probably jump on board. I'll rock a kilt. I don't care. A Michigan kilt, I'll do it all day. But when you get to flirting with the dress skirt type deal, it has to be kilty. So, and then if you saw Osaka, oh my Lord, she touched into her heritage all the way. I couldn't really get behind the little thing she had going on. It almost looked like the Hunger Games type stuff. But, you know, I mean, I'm not going to knock her hustle. You know what I mean? She's a cute little Asian girl. That was not cool. My bad. But she is Asian, man. She's Asian. So, I mean, I guess I am telling the truth. Michael says, get back to it. Seahawks, he's got Seahawks 35-17 over Tennessee. So looks like we disagree there. Don't like it, Michael. Don't like it. Not a big deal. All right, so he went there. I went with the Eagles over the 49ers. Mr. DaLion would actually love to hear me say I'm picking the Eagles to do something. Hey, I love what I saw with Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. I was more impressed with what they did on defense. I really don't. I'm not really big on with San Francisco this year. I think the Eagles have a really good shot of going out west and taking care of the Eagles. Put a little pressure on Garoppolo, force them to put in Trey Lance, who hasn't really impressed me at all. So, but who am I? I'm just a guy talking on the mic. That's it. But I like the Eagles over the 49ers. Mike likes the Eagles too. I like it, Mike. You're quickly moving up my favorite person's list. Let's go to our NFL money game. NFL money game. Let's see. I did not put it up, but I'll tell you what the Lions pick was. We'll just put his name up there too. You know what? I want to put a little picture of a DaLion right here. I wonder if I can do that on my little banner work. Let me play with that for a little bit. That sounded terrible. I apologize. Let's see. Let's get back to business. DaLion says Arizona State. I think we talked about that. No, he didn't give me. Oh, here it is. Let's look on the notes. Dumbass. He's got the Bengals +3 over the Bears. I like it. I like the Bengals. I like what Joe Burrows. I like his game. He looked good at LSU the year before he got hurt last year. I thought he looked good. The biggest thing is the Bears have Khalil Mack. He's a little angry. And the Bengals don't block well for their quarterbacks. So we should see how this turns out. I do like the pick, but I would have to stick with the Bears on that one. But I like it. Let's see. But that's not that. That's for money. So if it's low +3, yeah, I think I like what he picked. I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna ride with him. I'm a rider. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the Falcons and the Buccaneers. The line is Tampa Bay 13, and the over/under is 52. I'm going to take the cover. I think Tampa Bay covers, and I'm not going with the 52. So I think they cover, and I think it goes under the 52. Bengals in a rout. Ooh, I like it. Bengals in a rout. So you say their secondary won't hold up fast enough for him to get the ball off before Khalil Mack can get to him. That's what I'm thinking you're saying. I like it. Not bad. All right, so really, there you have it. Like I said, I didn't want to keep you guys long today. Just wanted to go make sure you guys got our picks. DaLion and our pick. We probably should be tallying these. Lucky these are recorded, and I can go back and view and see where we pick. But we don't really care. This is for fun. So you got our picks. Talked a little bit about what was going on with the NCAA and the NFL, and we gave our shout outs to the Indiana Tornadoes and their pretty good season this year, falling short in the championship game. So there you have it. I got to start getting into baseball because it is the middle end of September, going to October, which is the best time to watch baseball because it is playoff time. Teams are fighting to get to it. Kershaw is back, and he looked pretty good on the mound. Ohtani's probably going to win MVP with the things that he's doing behind the mound and behind the plate, even though Vlad Guerrero's got better, has the Triple Crown numbers. I don't know. The Angels seem to always have the best player, but suck. Mike Trout. How can you have the best player in baseball and not make the playoffs ever? Maybe they want to change the MLB playoffs, or how about you just get better? I don't know. Just saying. Bryce Harper was good. Bruce Harper, we like to call him Bruce. Harper was best player for a minute, and the Nationals never got anywhere. Mike Trout was just killing it, but the Angels never got anywhere. And back to Ohtani. I don't know. I don't like it. Ooh. I guess I hit the button. But anyway, that's what I got to do. I got to get prepared for that. And we still have about a couple of weeks away, or about a month or so away, before we get back into regular shows with Big Storm and for the state of basketball. But we're going to start throwing stuff at you here and there. So there you have it. That's all I got. If you're looking to do business with us, get a product that you want advertised along our vast followers on all of our social media networks, or you just want to see your face on the show, just hit us up. info.bwsports1@gmail.com, or hit the website. Check us out on YouTube, on Twitter, on IG. I think Dan even does the TikTok. I can't get into the TikTok, but check us out, man. Hit us on the website. We got a lot of things going on. We hit the track. We got the racing. We got the fighting. Dan and Michael are blowing it up right now with the bare knuckles things. Dan just came back from down in Miami for the BYB, the triangle, man. If you haven't checked out that triangle shaped ring and this bare knuckles, man, it is awesome. And I heard about the fighter's friend. Michael said the fighter's friend's got him feeling pretty good. That is our good friend Brendan Mallow, Brendan Lambert, down and in Miami with his CBD alternatives. The fighter's friend, check him out. He'll get you doing real good. We got our other good friend down there, Britain, I think her name is, with Be Legit, I think is. I don't know. I'm pretty bad at this stuff. I should write it down. You know what? I don't have to write it down because it's right here on my notes. BeeLit Organics. That's what I was trying to say the first time. Don't hate me, Britt. It's not my fault. I'm a black guy. That has absolutely nothing to do with it. But anyway, just hit us up. That's all I got. I will see you guys in the future. So look out. I say about Friday, I'll go ahead and repost our picks again can't do it Friday because we got NFL games on Thursday. So I'll post our NFL picks again tomorrow. And then I'll do our college games on Saturday. So you guys remember that's all I got. I will check you guys later. I am the one. I got to go. I got shit to do. And yeah, that's it. Holla. I'm keeping Indy sporty. Get at me.